Hello everyone. Next, we pass on to the types of waves based on how the particles of the medium vibrate when a wave is passing through a medium. So, the types of waves depending upon the particle vibration in a medium can be categorized into two. The first category is called a longitudinal wave. What is it called? It's called a longitudinal wave. And the second category is called the transverse wave. Transverse wave. So, on what basis this type of waves are categorized? It is categorized based on the vibrations that they create in a medium. So, let us take an example of a slinky. You know that a slinky. It's a slinky here, right? So, when we give a jerk like this, we can see that something is getting transferred from one end of the slinky to the other. We can see a wave transferring from one end of the slinky to the other. Here, the wave direction is towards this from left to right when we give a horizontal jerk to the slinky. In some cases, the slinky will come closer. In other regions, the slinky will go farther like that. So, the vibrations or the slinky movement is happening parallel to the direction of propagation of the wave through the slinky. So, if in a medium, the particles of the medium vibrate parallel to the direction of propagation of the wave is called a longitudinal wave. So, how will you categorize a longitudinal wave? The particles of medium, they will vibrate when a wave travels, right? So, the particles of the medium vibrate parallel to the direction of propagation of the wave, So, such a wave is called a longitudinal wave. So, children, what do you mean by a longitudinal wave? A wave in which the particles of the medium is vibrating parallel to the direction of propagation of the wave. Such a wave is called a longitudinal wave. Example is when we give a horizontal jerk to a spring or a slinky, the wave is traveling from the left end to the right end as shown, and the vibrations or the jerk is happening parallelly, so in the direction of propagation of the wave. Example of a longitudinal wave is sound wave. Sound wave is an example of a longitudinal wave. The second category is a transverse wave. You might have gone to a seashore to watch waves. So we know that the wave is advancing in our direction, right? If we are standing here, a wave is advancing like this. But we know that the waves are always seen like this, right? So the particles of the medium is going up and down, but the wave is advancing towards us, right? So here, the particles of the medium vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. So what is it? Vibration is, what is the point to be noted? Vibration is perpendicular to the propagation of the wave. So that is the peculiarity of a transverse wave. So what do you mean by a transverse wave? A transverse wave is a wave while passing through the medium. The particles of the medium vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. The wave is coming like this, the particles are vibrating like this. Okay, so when you put a stone in water, we can see ripples in water. The ripples in water also is an example of a transverse wave, where the ripples will be emerging in the outward direction, but the direction is like this, but the particles will be vibrating perpendicular. So to sum up, children, there are two types of waves depending upon how the particle of the medium vibrate when the wave advances. And the categories are longitudinal wave and transverse wave. What do you mean by longitudinal wave? A longitudinal wave is a wave in which when it passes through a medium, the particles of the medium vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. So such a wave is called a longitudinal wave. And what do you mean by a transverse wave? Transverse wave is a wave in which the medium, particles of the medium vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. The example of transverse wave is light, because light consists of certain electric and magnetic fields which is vibrating perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. Another example is ripples in water, waves in a sea. These are all examples of transverse wave. Hope you understood it well. Thank you.